Here at what politicians like to call a gateway and at the busy 5 Points intersection of South Bethlehem sits a decaying facade at the prow of a triangular lot formed by Broadway and 4th Street. For decades now, the unique wooden barrel with the words Ale House inscribed upon it has sat here, causing many, perhaps you, to wonder about its place in Bethlehem's colorful history. We can tell you that the business known as the Ale House did not exist for very long. And truth be told, it wasn't the quality of the food, drink, or service that makes this location important in local history. As far as we know, that quirky front entry was just one memorable aspect of the business, which it turns out has had a noticeable, long-lasting effect on Bethlehem history. Fact is, it was an incident which took place here more than 50 years ago that had a major effect on the city, its police department, and its social fabric. First, it's necessary to go back in time to a restless period in our nation's history, the 1960s. It was a period of great social unrest, partly due to the quest for social justice and mostly as a response to the war in Vietnam and the political assassinations that took place between 1963 and 1968. The death of Martin Luther King in April 1968 ignited months of rioting and civil unrest across the nation. Bethlehem was spared the widespread civil unrest, but tensions between police and young people were high, even in the Christmas city. On November 25, 1970, a popular bar at Bethlehem's 5 Points intersection called the Ye Olde Ale House became the scene of a fight that spilled out onto the sidewalk. Police took 23 people into custody and charged them with conspiracy. Robert Thompson, a respected teacher and advisor at Freedom High School, left his bed in the middle of the night in an attempt to cool off the confrontation developing in the area of the ale house in the early hours of Thanksgiving morning. But as far as police are concerned, he was part of the problem. They herded him among 21 others into a paddy wagon for a night in jail and an arrest for unlawful assembly, conspiracy, and disorderly conduct. A ranking officer conceded that Thompson tried to mediate in the ruckus. Eventually, all charges were dropped. As time passed, investigations into Bethlehem police tactics revealed a habit of profiling. Summing up the Ale House fracas that night, among the conclusions were that the fight was instigated by troublemakers, but that the city's police did not help matters by overreacting and by going as far as to make things worse by arresting a respected teacher who was attempting to make peace. Globe Times editor John Strohmeyer's series of editorials about the incident and its aftermath garnered a Pulitzer Prize for the little paper. Robert Thompson continued to work effectively with the youth of the city, and Bethlehem's police department underwent numerous changes in response tactics as a result. Officer John Stein, who handed in his badge and gun to officials on the spot, became a hero of sorts. And the Ale House stands today as a silent symbol of that event of 1970.